used to love me like a sister. You used to hold me like a friend. We used to share a master bed. And we used to...
Hello and welcome to this segment of Conscious Talk. We're going to do Each One Teach One today, talking about how we as people dwelling on this earth need to each teach one another about the wisdoms and understandings that we each have. So how do you feel about that, sis?
Well, I love that you said that, because like we were saying yesterday, when we learn to teach one another with each one another, because I how to phrase that, it's 1, 2, 3 on the clock. But anywho, we begin to understand the aspect of why we need to come together as a community, as well as understanding how to lead self, if that makes sense. If that makes sense, family.
Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. I have wisdom in areas that you might not have the wisdom in yet, but I can display that knowledge on you so that when you do go through that portion of life, if that portion of life is for you, then you would have the wisdom and the knowledge to go with it. And I think people don't realize that we shouldn't teach to program.
No, not at all. Not at all, sis. Remember how we was talking about how we had examples, find the fun in things, we were speaking on that. And, there are some who have not found the fun in things due to their perspectives. How do we come in to each one teach one to show them that you can find the fun in things so that you can start leading self and understanding self?
Very important. Very important. I mean, if we weren't in a situation of where we were programmed to work one way, we would all be able to move in a light in which you eat, I eat. There's enough resources here on the face of the planet for all of us to be able to have a portion of it. But for some reason, somebody just decided that it was all supposed to be theirs, and then we make you work for this, or we make you pay for this, or we make you do that. But think about it, in a community, if we built our own community and we had one person who could build homes and do that type of thing, one person who knew how to
make clothes,
sew, crochet, spiritual understandings, we each would be able to have something in that.
Very much so.
Nobody would have to go without.
Very much so. And a lot of these things, sister, people have strong misunderstandings of like how we can see that and turn that into something very fruitful for not just ourselves but our community. But there are others who don't have that perspective due to the misunderstandings of things that they may have experienced within their past and they have not let go of, or they haven't done the inner work on self to understand self. Why did this happen for me and not to me? And I know at some point of my journey, I had to come into that concept myself. These experiences are not happening to me, they happen for me. No matter how dark one may say it sound, how dark it may felt at that moment, there was some sort of reasoning I needed to experience that experience.
Yeah, I mean, that's all of us, from our upbringing all the way up to where we are now. It was all to reveal something to us, and it's for us to figure out what it was to reveal. It's not why did I have to go through that experience, but what could I have learned from that experience so that I could share this with others so that they will know how to navigate the experience. Because see, I think we try to put on people, one, what we think they should be, and then two, we think that giving wisdom and telling them is to keep them from going through it. No, it's to help them navigate through it if it's something that they're supposed to go through. So in my household, I teach as if one eats, we all eat. And if as community, as a consciousness, we can all gather. If one eats, we all eat, instead of, well, I'm gonna eat it all and you're not gonna have none because you couldn't afford it, or you couldn't do this for yourself and I did it for myself. Why can't you do it for yourself? We're not all here to do and have and put together the same. I don't really feel there should be anybody that has no home unless they choose to be that way. I feel like there is nobody who should not have food on their plate unless that's something they choose to do. And so with us teaching each other and helping each other to find their weaknesses and their strengths, because you can, once you know what your weakness is, you can strengthen it.
Ashe, you definitely can. You definitely can. And with that being said, I love the study of chakras. I have candles dedicated to it, and it was much deeper to me because I love the many different colors. And I was like, it was something about the rainbow I was supposed to do. It had nothing to do with this community that had, came into play, I would say, because it's a game, playing Monopoly or whatnot. It had nothing to do with that. It had something more spiritual to me, something that was more healing and aligning. And I started to understand why that is, and started to do my own chakra work on myself. I started to understand different emotions can get trapped in your body, and it can manifest physically, whether you notice it or not, because anything that happens in the spirit world is going to happen there first. Then it will manifest itself in the physical. What I mean by that is, say for instance, fear. That is a common emotion most individuals have. But what you don't know is that fear, it gets stuck in your root chakra. Now you have an anxiety. Now you're hyperventilating. Now your foundation feels unstable and ungrounded. I know this to be true because I went through that. Then I move up to the sacral chakra, which is next. And I started to tap into that. I noticed physically I was having issues in the area where your thighs and your thighs and your groin meets. I would do exercises and stuff like that. I could feel how tight it was there. And I was like, I used to be really stretched, really flexible. What happened to me? And I started to understand and listen to my womb because I was tapping in, meditating. And when I do these meditations, I'm thinking of the actual color of each chakra so that I can have that connection and that communication. I learned a lot. I had a lot of trapped energy in that area, and that's where our most powerful energy is. Everybody knows it as your sexual energy, but it's energy that you can manifest in many different ways. So
once you release this energy, what did your life turn into? What did it look like in your life?
After all of the releasing, well, I'm still releasing actually, but what it looked like was I no longer had fear. I no longer, experience anxiety. I used to having anxiety attacks. That's when you hyperventilating. I used to have those. I don't have those. Things that I once was afraid of, I'm no longer afraid of anymore. I know how to use my own energy and manifest what it is that I want.
So like Sis said, she used the chakra system to release fear. Me, I've always had a very strong, firm understanding of self and what it was that I wanted. But then if you think about it, it doesn't always work out the way you want it to. So me, I pulled on to what my beliefs were to understand. You brought up the rainbow, and as I was growing up, the rainbow was a covenant from the Creator that promised us that it wouldn't do something to us again. And so,
right, it was a promise.
It was a covenant. And that was something that I regarded when I seen rainbows, that there was a promise out there that was strictly for me. And it helped me to be able to believe a little bit more in myself. Now, that's not to say that we don't go through hardships. We all go through them. But sometimes we pull on our past more than we pull on our present. And we say, well, this didn't go right in my past because of this, and this. But maybe that door closed because another one was supposed to open. But you wouldn't know that if somebody doesn't teach you these things.
Yeah.
So whether it's the chakra system, lining your chakra system in your body with yoga exercises and meditations and all these great things, people like me, we pull from the universe. I go to the stars. I want to know what's up there. And I feel like either way it's no right or wrong way. Your spiritual practice is definitely yours. But to find that belief in self, whether it's through the chakras, because the chakras line up to the cosmos as well. So whether it's one way or another, it's let somebody teach you and you teach them to build a community so that each one of us grows to our full potential, not to somebody else's idea of what the human potential is.
I have something to add to that. Sis said, whether you look at the stars or you're aligning your chakras. Okay, so I got this book here, right here. Good book. Got some good information in there. You understand astrology and the chakras. You understand that's definitely the energy centers, the mirror of you. And I utilize my astrology chart to understand my avatar and what it was my life purpose was here for in this lifetime, if that makes sense. Like I was able to put all that together just by understanding my own astrological chart. And the more that I understand my own astrological chart, the deeper I get in my chakra studies, the more wisdom and knowledge I continue to unlock. So that's another form of teach one now.
Yeah, I think now in segueing from our last segment into this segment, our last segment was about harmony.
Yeah.
And this one came up to give you all the background of it was I was having a conversation with the gentleman and he was talking about some other people that are around us and how they live and what's in their home and this and that and the other. Little did he know that I live that same way. Very frugal, no high materialistic reason to have things that could cause me some type of strife or struggle later on, especially if I don't need it. But then turned around and complained about one of the bills and why his bill was so high. And this is exactly why I say, if he was more open-minded to understanding that those other people around you live this way so that they can pay those bills, so that they can make sure that money is there, so that they can make sure that they eat. Why are there so many of them in one household and this and that and other? And I said, because they live in an understanding, and this was in my head. I didn't say this to him because it would have been offensive to him, I felt. But I felt like if they all live together, then they're eating. If one eats, we all eat. If I sleep and have a roof over my head and have warmth in my home, then we all have it. We have this community understanding here in America that we're crabs in a barrel trying to get on top of each other, trying to prove that we have more, we have all of this, or this is fancy and this is pretty. And that's where this segment came out of. There's enough.
For everybody.
Yeah. There's enough for everybody. It really is. But you know what? I really do believe that the Creator is getting ready to show us this.
Very much so. Very much so. And as, I'm a toot our horn that it is our season. As an Aquarius, we can already see this. We see the future. We do. And I can feel it as well. Having those heavy earth placements in my chart, I can definitely feel the changes of Mother Earth as well as what's going on spiritually. So I'm excited for it. And your example that you used reminded me of an old coworker that I used to work with at his job in the corporate world. And his mom, his sister, his dad, all of them reside in one house together. They come together to help each other live in that one house. And a normal individual, I'm not gonna, point out any type of race or anything because it's not a race thing not anymore. Because I've seen many different people have these reactions. Oh, I couldn't live with my parents, so I couldn't this. You don't know what it is that they got going on over there. And
nor should you have to worry as long as they're providing and taking care of each other. But we're running into this thing now where everybody's saying, oh, society is falling down, and it's doing this, it's doing that. I seen a short today about a superstar. I call them puppets now because that's what they are. They use one of us to pit us against each other, and most people can't see it, or they're like what they say, step and fledge, where they're getting out there and they're putting on a performance for us to keep us in the position that we're in so that they can be on the high platform. But this specific individual was trying to save themselves from a torment. So they decided they was going to kiss up to somebody else. And I was like, you can see it now. You can see the puppets in the show. And like I've said before, we get to write our own story. So write your own story. But take somebody with you instead of stepping on somebody to get to the top. We don't need to step on each other. There's enough land, there's enough water, there's enough everything here. You've got women who can crochet, you've got women who can knit, you've got men who can do the things that they need to do, like fix cars and all of that. If we had a community full of these people, then it would be more of a bartering system. You fix my car, I cook you some food, I can sew you some clothes, I can make you some blankets. When we take on the personality is that we don't need the things, we don't need people leading us in a downhill spiral, because the Creator has provided for us. And all you have to do is look at those beautiful planets that are out there to see the Creator doing His work.
And how do you guys do that? You got to start changing your perspective on things. I was saying earlier, a lot of your perspectives are a lot of misunderstandings because you're walking in somebody else's shadow.
I've said that a dozen times. Yeah, I teach classes on it.
Yeah. You're in the woodline. Experience. That's their experience. Go out and have your own experience. Just because it didn't work out for them, don't mean it won't work out for you.
Well, if you believe in yourself the way you're supposed to, if you believe that a portion of you is a portion of the Creator, then it's only going to work out the way that you say it's going to work out. But guess why it doesn't? Because you went back and told yourself why it wasn't going to work. When you take that leap of faith, you jump. And when you jump, you believe that you're going to catch yourself. There's no other way to do it. But you don't have to step on other people to get there.
Most definitely not.
It's just not needed.
At all. Perspectives have to change.
Well, change your mind and change your life. If you change what you believe. So I can speak about only the communities that I've been around, and to hear people say that I have to work harder because I'm this color, or this color is the reason why I don't have this position. It's not your color. It's your belief, and that belief no longer serves you. If you truly believe that somebody's not putting you in a higher position because of your color, first of all, you need proof. You need to prove that that's what's keeping you back, because then that would be a belief that was true. But if you haven't heard it and you're assuming that because of it's going to keep me from being where I need to be, or my sexual understanding or whatever it is going to keep me from being there, make sure that it's not the belief that you put on yourself.
Even if you
because 9 times out of 10 it is.
You still know that you can have it. Still know.
Yeah, one person on the face of the planet has it. We all have it. I think we as a culture an African American or a Black community or a dark skinned community or a melanated community, whatever you want to say, we take slavery as something that was really big. But if you understand that that was the precipice of what we're looking at now, 1% slavery or 100% slavery, slavery is slavery.
All of that, it just looks different.
So it's not all Black people anymore. It's not all dark colored people. It's not all melanated skin. It's everybody.
Well, what we say, sis, it just looks different.
It looks different. It really does. It looks different. It looks different based off of the mentality that you have. If your mentality is not self-serving, then you look like you can't make it to the top. When you change your belief, you change your mind, which is neuroplasticity, then you change your life.
Now, Shay, sister, Shay, speaking some facts here. I got 2 more books for the chakras if anyone is interested, so that you can start doing your own inner alignment as well. These are some good books. Now, this book has herbs, yoga poses, oils you can use, foods you can eat, crystals and all that type of stuff. It'll get you started on here, and this will give you a much deeper in-depth of the chakras. And you even get like a poster back there as well. It comes with the book, but these are a couple of books you guys can get started on that. And then we always talk about astrology as well. You know, these are tools you can utilize to help you change your perspective, get your own wisdom, knowledge, and get those misunderstandings understood.
Yes, remember, knowledge comes from a book. Wisdom comes from living it. So read it in a book and get the knowledge, but don't think that you have the wisdom if you have not lived it in your life. So I push you to challenge yourself to see the creator. See the creator in the planets and the way they move. See the creator as you line yourself to those planets, which will line your chakras up as for you. And then that way you can see all these different things change. Try changing one of those beliefs that have been beat down on us for decades and decades and decades, even centuries. You know what I'm saying? Well, I shouldn't say centuries, because that's well, yeah, centuries, 100 years or more. I could say centuries. Let it go. Find out if it's that I have to be scared of the cops because I'm a Black man. Change it. Why do I need to be? Why are there are other Black men that live in our culture that don't run from the cops. They're not scared of the cops. They don't need to be, because they don't put themselves in those situations. If it's because you're a Black woman and you have to work harder and you're going to be a single mother, then know that being a single mother, if that's one thing that has to happen to you, is, to me, in my opinion, and this is just my opinion, one of the best things that can happen to you if the significant other is not going to be beneficial in the life of the children that's being raised.
That's fair facts. You can't force a relationship.
And it's not even about forcing a relationship. It's having somebody around that cannot pour into the child. No positive, just work and pay the bills. That's not really something you want your kids to always see. Paying the bills and the struggling and the things in life that we have to go through, that's a portion of life. And we shield our kids from it to the point that by the time they turn 18 and you have been ready to put them out, now they don't know how to do it. And we let people tell us, well, they're spoiled. Yeah, we spoil our kids. We raise them to be very good kids. We don't raise them to be adults.
A lot of individuals have mentioned adults talk about their parents never even talked about sex with them. And I thought about it. My mother didn't either, but she actually knew what was going on. But I ended up having
to. But my thing is that if you didn't know about it, why was you doing it?
Young.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You spoke about a young lady who knew some things in her family situation, but still got herself in a situation that she knew her family was going to go against. before we do have to think now, am I ready to put myself in this hardship? Because we create more problems for ourselves than the creator does. The creator has a set time when we're going to go through our initiations in adulthood and into maturity levels. That's already in our blueprint. But then a lot of the strife and the struggles we create for ourselves, and we want to blame other people.
And you have to take a look at self and be like, okay, so why did I do that? A lot of my decisions, matter of fact, all of them, I sit with myself and I'm like, why did I do that? Or sometimes I already know why I did it, and I'm like, I don't care what the consequences is, I can handle it.
Yeah, I did it because I wanted to. I came in, hey, I'm doing this because I want to. But it's funny because when it came to kids, I had already known it's going to happen this way. I'm at least try to do it right first. And if right doesn't work, then however I do it is how I do it. So I just knew that me growing up, I was too selfish to be a teenage mom. That's how I felt about myself. I was too selfish.
Yeah.
I didn't want to give up my sleep. I like to sleep. I like to sleep all day. And I didn't want to be one that had to wake up and take care of kids or this or that or the other. So I was a little too selfish.
Understandable. I will say, I was young and active, but I went out and got the knowledge myself. Because I did feel at some moments that's a topic where some parents are uncomfortable to talk to their kids about. And I was like, well, I can understand that. I'm not going to hold my mom accountable. If I'm old enough to understand it, I can go and get the knowledge myself. So I
think our parents were spared. Our parents were spared because they gave classes. It was mandatory. And I think the classes started 4th grade, and it was mandatory for us to take those classes. And if you didn't, your parents had to opt out. But most of the time, you've seen everybody in those classes because, like you said, it was uncomfortable. But I do think that if a parent knows themselves, they'll know their child. Of course, you'll always have that one child that's going to want to be tempted. But once again, if we knew how to read our thumbprint or our blueprint or our map of life for us and who we came here to be. Now, I'm not saying we all stick to that, but you can guide yourselves and guide your community better onto being the people they're supposed to be and authentically themselves, to understand that you might be what society calls promiscuous because you want to have multiple partners or whatever, or you just want to try and see what it's like. Hey, that's for you, I have a firm belief that the creator lets us know certain things before it actually happens. We just don't understand how to read it. And with all the distractions that's going on, we can't hear it. And if we were taught to be able to hear the creator, and we're taught to be able to understand that the creator is always talking to us, then it'd be different. But I do understand why we were stripped of that as well. And I say that because we were stripped of it, because if we could hear it, we wouldn't be programmed.
All of that. Remember, since I was sharing with you, and I was like, someone was asking me, what did you do? After you gonna glowed up, you look different, you this, that, and the third, like, what's your secret? I was like, well, I just, did shadow work, meditated, started eating different and stuff like that. No, that ain't it. That's too simple. What is it? I'm just like, okay, well, if you don't want the gem or the nugget or the seed, then I just told you what I did. I was like, no, it gotta be more complicated. No, it's not. It's really not. But maybe to them, but
none of those things are too simple. There are people who struggle with these things all the time. So for them to say that, it's just to understand that it's time for us to as a community, start to expand our mind and understand that if you're eating, then you need to help the next person try to eat as well. And if we're not working together, we're working against each other. And it's up to you to decide of what you see in your life.
all of that. Imagine us on a journey and we're rock climbing or something like that. We're doing some, what's his name? Indiana Jones type stuff. You know what I'm saying? We got our backpacks and stuff like that, and we taking steps up these stone steps and stuff like that. Imagine you're struggling to get up to that next step because that's a really high step. But someone reaches down and lends you a hand. Hey, I got you. We on this journey, this path together. You take a step up. You show each other gratitude. Hey, you may be traveling the same journey, you may not.
But you're on the same step at that time, at that point in time. Yes.
Be okay with that. Be okay.
Yes.
That is totally okay.
I believe so. I really do. The more that I look out there and I hear people saying, you know, we need harmony, we need this, we need that, we need the other. Well, what have you started to do to contribute to, first of all, yourself? Because you can't help somebody else until you've done the work within yourself. And once you've done the work within yourself, even if it's just a little bit, hey, I did this. You know, when you hear people, like I had somebody call me and they was complaining about their situation. I'm not going to put this all the way out there, but they was complaining about their situation. And I was like, no, you know, you could go read a book. You could go take some courses and you can elevate yourself so that your mind will expand, so that you could do better for yourself next go round. And there, I'm not reading no book. I'm not. Understood. Some of us are tired of licking the bottom of the barrel.
Oh no, I don't want to be no bottom.
Mentally. Some of us are tired of being handed hardships. Some of us are tired of being put in struggling situations. You know, some of us are tired of going through these different things. So why not tell yourself a different story? Because it's your story to tell.
I'm thinking of Never Ending Story, the movie. Just popped up in my head.
Yeah, tell your own story. If your story doesn't look like it's going right, sit down, write it out, and see how you can write it out just a little bit different to give it a little bit of sparkle. We've all made mistakes. We made decisions that didn't look so good to other people. We've made decisions that look good to us that didn't look good to the person sitting next to us. But why didn't they make a decision that looked good to them that might have not looked good? And anyways, who cares? Because like they say, what's for you is going to be yours. But if it's one person on the face of the planet that can have it, then why are we sitting back waiting? The doors are already opened. When are you going to walk through them?
Gotta break out that box. Get them keys.
Yeah, that box that somebody put you in that they didn't allow you to pick your own color.
Gotta take that leash off. You know, I could keep going. By the way, guys, again, it's Aquarius season. Sis Star's birthday is next rising.
Oh no, you did it to me.
I did, Sis Star. I just wanted to share that. And mine is coming up next Wednesday. I just wanted to put out there, you know, this is our season, and I wanted to wish my Sis Star here.
Thank you.
So.
And then today, Uranus went direct, and it's at the last degrees of Taurus, and it's getting ready to go into Gemini. We've got 11 weeks. And from what I understood is that from 2000, Uranus went into Taurus 2017-ish, 2018, let's say that. And within those years, with Uranus being in Taurus, my life has changed dramatically.
Beautiful. It's beautiful.
And it was changing into everything that it was supposed to do during that time frame. But I'm not saying it was a showstopper, although it was. Man, Uranus, you know, please release me.
That's your relationship with Uranus. That is, if you come on this side of the woods, that's my relationship with Saturn. You gotta go.
I have a Saturn complex, but me, see, my Uranus, they battle. They battle. And when they battle, I'm in the middle.
Very much so.
But just to let you know, this season is going to be amazing for planetary structures. We just had a stellium, I want to say it's called a stellium, where there were 5 planets in Aquarius, moving through Aquarius on the day of the full moon in Leo. So there was a stellium on Sunday, okay? And that was February the 1st. So it came in with a nice little blast. Leo full moon with a stellium, and then Uranus went direct today in 27 degrees Taurus, and we have 11 weeks, and in 11 weeks it'll be going stationary into Gemini, which means there are going to be changes. And this month brings a eclipse on the 17th, and there's still going to be a lot of planets in Aquarius.
Saw something in my birth chart about an eclipse that I was looking at.
And so
stellium was?
A stellium.
Yeah, did you say what it
5
was?
or more planets.
Okay.
One area.
I don't think I got far in this book yet. But I also want to share this. It's an astrology workbook that you can get for yourself to understand your birth chart more. It's a nice guide to have, and you can draw the glyphs and color and all that type of stuff. Get creative, but you can also learn how to chart your chart. You do the plots on your chart because it has a little program in there. But I haven't gotten that far, so that's why I was asking if you said what it was. I gotta put that.
Yeah, 5 or more planets in an area, and then let's see. There's an eclipse. All of these planets are being activated by Aquarius, and Pluto. The spiciness that I was feeling before the full moon was Mars, and I've read up on Mars retrograde, and it has its moments.
You have a Mars retrograde in your chart?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, I was talking about it. It's them 3 planets that when they're retrograde, people need to really look into those, because you're gonna use those energies differently than most people. And my Mars definitely is retrograde.
I can see that.
And it just causes you to utilize the energy a little bit differently. Most of the time we think of retrogrades as a slowdown. It's not a slowdown. It's actually a speed up or a faster type of energy. But it's interesting to know that that energy is out there for us to know about. And once again, I've said it plenty of times, Mars, Venus, and Mercury, if you have any of those retrograde in your birth chart, it's very imperative that you look deep into those, because they can cause differences for you depending on where they are. And it'll help you to understand how to be able to utilize this energy instead of looking at like why things don't go my way. How come this is going this way? Why is this doing this? So yeah, I've been reading up on that, and February is a catalyst for the summer. So whatever you see going on now, there is going to be another eclipse. It's going to be in Leo, and then there's going to be a full moon, I think it is, in Aquarius during that time frame. I do know that it's going to be the opposite of what we just had. And now the Cazimis and the stelliums, this is where we're seeing them. They're happening now. They happen in January, but for some people that energy would have been a little heavier, especially if your Capricorn placements are loose. If you don't have a lot of Capricorn placements, that energy would have felt really, really heavy on you. It would have felt like you had weight on your shoulders. Like,
Does it have to be just Capricorn or any Earth sign in general?
no. So when I'm talking about January, that was a stack of planets in Capricorn.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
That energy for people who have loose Capricorn placements would have felt restricted. They would have felt it would have felt heavy. It would have felt kind of daunting.
Okay, makes sense.
So now that they're moving, that they're in the air sign, they're being activated into Aquarius because of Pluto. Pluto gives power to wherever it is, and Pluto right now is, well, it tears it down, but it builds it back up and gives power in the zodiac sign that it's in. So these are some dynamics. This is why I said if you look up to those planets that are going on up there, you will be able to see the pinpoint things that are already happening, and that will continuously happen through this year. Come this summer, come around April, most of these planets that have been moving should be starting to take their position where they're going to be for a while. So it's beautiful to see.
I was like, how long is a while? Like a couple months, couple years? What are we looking like?
No, so some of these planets are not accurate. Like I see, I'm reading up on the planets now. But some of these planets don't move for like years. Yeah, years. Like, so if you think about it, each one of your I do know this, each one of the degrees is like a year.
Okay. I didn't that one I missed. I didn't know that.
You see what I'm saying? So that's why I said, remember when I was telling you how you can find your progressed sun? And it's, you have to find the degrees of where you are, and then like there's 30 degrees in 29, 0 to 29. Okay, so from 0 to 29 is 30 years.
Okay, that's what I was looking at in here. I was actually looking at that in here. They was talking about the degrees. Okay. As soon as you started talking about the different placements and degrees, I was like, oh shit, I was just looking at that. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So some of them travel through, but some of them travel through and it takes them years. Yes.
I definitely thought so.
Yeah. So like I said, Uranus has been in Taurus since 2018. It's 2026 and it's now getting ready to move into Gemini. And it won't do that until April. So we have 11 weeks. And then once Uranus moves into Gemini, the energy's going to change.
I'm excited. Well, I'm just saying, I'm good and I'm ready. So
I already know. I already know what's to come for me, which is beautiful. I understand it, and I'm okay with it. Another thing I wanted, to talk about was belief. Remember we talked about belief and how people will say they believe because they believe in the understanding or the idea of a creator.
yes.
But to truly believe that the creator is going to hold to be there for you all the time is to understand that if you don't save you, you have to save you because the creator is a part of you. And to believe that the creator is going to take care of something is to say that it happened and it's going to be okay. And let it be that. Don't tell yourself why it's going to be bad, why it could go bad. I remember when I was a kid, I used to tell myself it happened and I'm not going to worry about it. I woke up this morning, I didn't have to worry about anything when I went to sleep. So if I wake up tomorrow, it's going to be one step better than it was today. Today I had to go through it, but tomorrow when I wake up, it's not going to be here.
All of that. I've had experiences where I'm like, how is this going to look 3 months from now, a year from now, 3 months from now, a year from now, hell, tomorrow, I'm okay. This is all being taken care of. I have nothing to worry about. When you start to worry, remember that emotion is going to get trapped in them chakras.
Yes.
Start
All you're going to
telling
do
you
is put
all the
more of
time.
it in your future. If
Yeah,
you keep worrying about it, keep dwelling on it, keep holding on to it, you're going to keep consistently seeing it. So look in your past and see what you kept seeing revolve, that revolving door that seems like you can't get it to stop. You have a belief.
another thing I used to say, sis, if you look for it, you'll find it.
Well, yeah, now you know what you're looking for. You're looking for that cycle you're stuck in, whether it's people pleasing and it's not working out for you, whether it's a money or a financial situation. Every time I get one foot forward, I slide all the way back. Well, what is the cycle that is there that your belief in that situation keeps you bent to it? Because whatever you're supposed to learn, you haven't learned.
At all.
So look at it deeply. Is it the women you choose or is it the men you choose? Because most of the time we blame them, but it's us.
That's when it's time to look at you at that moment. You gotta say, okay, I'm going through this multiple times.
Yes.
Different avatars, different people, same energy.
With everything that goes wrong in your life, only you can fix it. So you can only look at you. And if you're not paying attention 100% to your life, then you've allowed yourself to veer off your path because you're paying attention to everybody else's life. Now, I'm not saying don't help others, because that's what we're here for. We are all here to do for each other.
Oh, most definitely. Most definitely. Always.
But it's them kings and queens who said that we had to work to provide for them.
not them kings and queens. Not them kings and queens. But that's like,
Isn't that where it started?
yeah. But like sis said, we are here to help each other. And by doing so, start helping yourself first so that you can be that, be of service and help each other,
Yeah, start with yourself.
Yeah.
Teach your kids.
Yes. Be the example. That's a start. Oh, I
Yeah.
see such and such got this glow up. They've been reading books, they've been out in nature, they changed the way they eat, they're changing their diet, they're exercising, they're happy, they're this, and I see how their glow is glowing. That's inspired me. Let me try that for myself.
But you gotta believe it's gonna work.
Yeah.
Because if you believe it's not gonna work, it's not gonna work. Only your beliefs is what you're gonna see. You're not gonna see what I say unless you try it and believe it's gonna work. Okay. You're not gonna see what sis says in your life work if you go into it believing it's not gonna work. You have to have some type of understanding that what you move forward to is moving towards you, and you believe that full-heartedly, and that it's going to be yours. And once you see it, then you should be a person that says, oh, I need to pass this on, because if I pass it on, the big things that we want to change amongst all of us will start to change. But if you keep it to yourself and you're one of those people that, what they say, gatekeeping and bread storing, then we can't see the outside world change.
Very much so. Very much so. Very much so. And I do feel a lot of this does require some people to, how would I say this? Go outside of the normal neighborhood that you're in. Say, for instance, me leaving my hometown, I was able to see other cultures, other aspects, get other perspectives, understand me more, because I'm away from what once influenced me. I have now a clear and sound mind. It's less noisy.
I'm glad you brought that up. It's another way to pull up your, see where your MC is in your birth chart, and then go find out where your MC does the best at, and then to tell you exactly where you should move to. And you move there, and you tell yourself that this is going to work because this is an area I'm supposed to be in, especially if you're new to this. You don't want to just up and move somewhere you don't know, but move to where your MC says, and then you'll start to see that, hey, this is everything, because not all of us is supposed to live where we're living at. We were just born there and we stayed there, something like that. Who knows? My Jupiter moves too quick. So.
And if you're not where your MC is, or at least near it, that can also another way to understand, all of this suppressed emotions that you have, your fears and all this stuff, all of that stuff, you got to get out and touch the area your MC is so that you can release that stuff. Like I said at the beginning, it started to get quiet, less noisy. I was asking when I was young the universe what it is that I want, but I wasn't letting my universe talk. I wasn't letting my universe speak. It was too noisy. Once I allowed myself to have that quietness, I can hear my universe. I don't ask, I command. I know. And I was able to hear that in that silence and move away from what wasn't for me. So that's another one.
Yeah, and it'll tell you in your birth chart. Like in my birth chart, I found that I was supposed to move all over the world, and yes, I did. I have. It said that I was going to be somebody who, and it really said this, that I was going to like men that were of international understandings, and I do. Because I'll tell people real quick, if your birth certificate says made in the USA, you're not for me. You're not for me. No.
I will say that part. I will say that my birth chart did say that since I have so much groundedness in my chart, I'm a person that would find an area that works for me and I would stay there grounded.
Yeah.
I would
structure. Yeah, discipline and structure makes sense.
Very much so. So that's exactly what, and you can even see it within us. Like I was saying in our last segment, when we speak, you can see our astrological placements when we both speak. You can definitely see it.
Yeah, but I have discipline, and I do have discipline, but mine is just, my discipline is in a different area.
Yes.
Yeah, but I do have discipline, but I do have rebellious. So I'm definitely what I'm supposed to be. I love it. It serves me well. It suits me very well. And I will be able to show these, even more as these planets move. And as more of my positions are lit up, I'll be able to show the vastness of me. And just as well as Sis will be able to show you who she is. So come see us, come join us, come understand what it is to be you, from two people who are not even trying to force us onto you. We talk about ourselves a lot so that people can understand who we are, but I'm not a person to embellish myself. I'm human just like everybody else. I sit on the toilet just like everybody else, or I squat just like everybody else. It doesn't matter. I am fluid when I say that. Like, I will listen to, I don't put myself in a box as much as most people would think. And I don't think that I should put other people in the box. Now, there is one box that I will put you in, and that's loyalty. If I'm loyal to you, to an extent, I feel like loyalty is something that we should all have for one another. Just understanding that we are all the creator in each divine understanding and aspect. So I feel like if I'm gonna do right by you, you should do right by me. But outside of that, and the perspective of right and wrong, that's something for us to talk about. So I'm not quick to just off you because you did something that I didn't understand. I do try to get clarity and understanding in it. But in that retrospect, I know who I am. I'm okay with who I am, and there is no comparison. You can't compare your thumbprint to mine because they are not the same in any way, shape, or form. And because of that, I'm okay with you being you. Just come to me in your authenticity without your mask.
Ashe, since said all of that, I guess it's my turn. Okay, I guess it's my turn. Well, I'm a very grounded individual. I do speak, but I like to be very disciplined because I like to listen. I listen to everything. I feel the energy. I feel the authenticity. I'm country as hell. I love to laugh and everything. So I'm like, sis, I do value loyalty. I love that individuals can take accountability for self. Like she said, if she has a misunderstanding on something, I sit back and evaluate myself. Why did this, affect me or ruffle my feathers? I sit with me first. And then I come out with my own inner standings and everything. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, I can go on and let that go. and everything. So I do value that, but I value peace. I value, balance and everything. Not just for myself, but for you guys as well. So it's all love here. I'm one that listens and, give advice. I don't have no biased opinions. I'm going to give you what I see. And it might not be what you want to hear. I'm going to tell you what it is that you need to hear in the most loving and grounding way. Because I don't ever set out to hurt anybody, but if I did, I just want you to understand that wasn't my intention. However, look at it like I said, if it did bother you, why did that bother you? Because I triggered something in you that you need to pay attention to. I'm here to spark the light in people, and I understood that from a long time ago. I understand that I'm a light worker. I'm here to spark the light in each and every one of you, and I would love to build more relationships with everyone. So yeah, this is me here. I was a little shy kid growing up, very much so. I love art and everything. So let's talk about art. I see the beauty in art in every single thing. Every single thing. So it's all love here, family. It's all love here.
Very good. Yeah. So therefore, come on and join us on our journey, and let's make your journey just as good as ours.
I say, family, and before we close out, I want to share a beautiful project me and Sis Star worked on together at the end of this. But I want to say, I hope you guys, let me say this, I affirm that you guys took something out of this. And until then, family, find your light and fix your crown, family.
Like, share, and subscribe.
Yes, do that. Peace, guys. Peace.
Right now is proof that the concepts that have been masked in an illusion are now showing themselves. The Creator only reveals what we need to know in divine timing. You're here to witness the change of times, things only the Creator can reveal. This is not man-made, this is creation speaking. Pay attention to what is being shown to you at this time and look up to see what's revealed.